For Pete's sake, because it points out things that make you shake your head and say, for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake, guys, what is going on? What is going on not only in our country, but what is going on in the world, okay? A super wise person once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Well, to me, that insanity is lockdown. You're doing the same thing over and over again, hoping it'll come down, but it doesn't. It keeps going up, okay? And basically, you've driven us, the world has driven us, the world leaders, you know, the so-called experts on our health and viruses seem to be politicians and a select group of their buddies, right? And what they've done is they've invented a cure that's worse than the disease. And let me tell you why. And for Pete's sake, if you don't know why, then you are insane. Because the suicide rate, I mean, it is really up, man. I can't even get the numbers. I don't know where they are. They're not published, you know. Last year they rose, and it's now. And unemployment. Unemployment. Hundreds of thousands of people are unemployed. Thousands upon thousands of small businesses, I believe it's over 100,000, are closed, some never to open. Icons like Colosseum and so forth are closed, never to open again. For what? Look at what Singapore's doing.
In this new normal, we'll have to learn to carry on with our lives, even with a virus in our midst. Our aim must be to keep the community as a whole safe, while accepting that some people may get infected every now and then. Just as we do with a common flu or dengue fever, which we now manage through public health measures and personal precaution.
Singapore saying now that this is something we have to live with, you know. It's no longer a pandemic, it's endemic. And they're going to tackle it just like we tackled the flu season, right? Just like we tackled SARS, just like we tackled bird flu, right? We've tackled everything. We live with on Earth. We live with planet Earth. You can't beat a virus. You can't beat Mother Nature, right? You will never beat her. You have to live with her, right? And what's this in response of? I don't really care whether it was made by human beings or it transferred from a bat to a human, right? I just care that it's here. I do care that humans should not really be making really terrible things biologically that can escape and just be rampantly destructive. Do you think that's right? And do you think that maybe Mother Nature is, you know, bumping us on the shoulder and saying, you guys are just destroying this place and maybe I've got to get rid of you because I've got a lot of other things to look after, right? So for Pete's sake, guys, mask up. You know, we have to live with this thing, right? And the government, they just want to stay in power. That's the way it looks. Every part of Malaysian society is sick of them, okay? Sick of their inability to control the situation. And basically, I think Malaysia government, the politicians, should get on a Zoom call to their Singaporean counterparts and ask them what they're doing right, because they seem to be doing so much better down there, okay? The variant, you got Delta, it's going to go all the way to the Zulu variant, right? It is never going to end because this is where we live. This planet is full of bacteria, germs and viruses, right? I would believe that panspermia, that's the ability of life to travel through space on rocks and meteors and comets and stuff, I believe that that's true. And I think that there's a lot of things that come to Earth from outer space, and we just have to live with it, right? But we can't destroy the lives of people, for Pete's sake. And I'm not just talking a few people, I'm talking about thousands of people. If 30% of our population is unemployed, which I believe is more, how many hundreds of thousands of people is that, okay? We don't have a huge safety net. And that's why, you know, I have the greatest respect for people like Maddie with Plus Vibes, you know, reaching out to people, to my friend Captain Amma, who's out there delivering food, right? And I'll tell you what, man, you know, the suicide rate, people are killing themselves. They are frustrated, right? We are social creatures. We cannot be locked up, right? That's why solitary confinement and locking people up is punishment, right? What are we being punished for? We've got to let us move on. We need to protect the weak, right? We need to do the right thing by masking up, right? Vaccines are always pro-choice. I don't care what you say, it's up to the person to put that in. And on this vaccine, it's not even approved. It's under emergency use only, right? We don't know what the long-term effects are. Some say it's good, some say it's bad, some say, I don't know. Do your own research. I'm not into fake news, okay? And another thing about fake news, for Pete's sake, who checks the fake news checkers? Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys, okay? Stay safe, right? Think about it. And to all of you, if any of the government people are listening, for Pete's sake, lockdowns don't work. We need to move. People need to earn, they need to pay their rent, they need to get food on the table, kids need to go back to school. For Pete's sake, we're dying here. Stay safe, guys.